Welcome students for today's revision set. Here we are going to do two of the chapter from your portion given, that is comparing quantities, and another one is the congruency. So from that set, one set has been prepared for you and question has been shared to you. From that set I have selected some of the question. The first one I have taken here. Let me read that question. It is given: if x, 18 and 108 are in continued proportion, then you have asked to find the value of x. What we'll do in that case, that question from that set, let it be, I am marking here x, that one, that question is x, 18 and 108, they are in continued proportion. So how can you present them? It means x by 18 will be equal to 18 by 108 because they had been given in continued proportion. So what will be the value of x? Yes, what you can write, 18 into 18 by 108. So let's cancel. 9 2s are 9 12s are, now 6 2s are, and this is 6 3s are, so 2 and 2 will be cancelled. So here what we are getting, that will be 3. So your answer will be, in place of that, if I am going to present it in place of x, x will be 3, then is to 18 is to 108. So in place of x, it will be replaced by 3 only. Come to the one more question has been given in this. Okay, I am taking the last question of that part. It is, if 40 men can finish a piece of work in 60 days, in how many days will 75 men finish the same work? Here the amount of work is fixed. Yes. So 40 men, they are taking 60 days. Then in how many days 75 men will finish it? Here you have to understand one thing. If the manpower will be increased and work has been kept fixed, so definitely the number of days will be decreased. Yes. So let's present it in ratio. What we can do on that case? Actually, this is the inverse variation we are going to follow. For solution, I am putting this one as number 2. That is 40 men, they will do in how many days? They will do the work in 60 days. Okay. So if one man is trying to complete this work, how many days they will take for one man? Definitely it will be more, because that manpower is reducing here. So it will be 60 into 40 days. Now the number of men has given 75 men. They will take how many days? Definitely less days. They will take 60 into 40 by 75 days. Okay, let's cancel it. Yes, 15 4s are 15, 5s are, now 5 8s are. So 8 4s are, that is equal to 32 days only. Yes, so the 75 men can complete the same work in 32 days only. Okay, now come to the next set. Come to the next question. Here it has been given. Let it be from the next part of this set. Let's take one question. Yes, in a fort, 120 men had the provision for 30 days. For how many days is the food sufficient for 100 men? Okay, it is again, we are going to solve on that way. Let's see what it will be. I am marking this one as question number 3 here. The food is there for 120 men. For, if I am writing in short, for 120 men, it is there for 30 days. Food is there for 30 days. Now, for how many days in the food is the food sufficient for 100 men? So if the number of men will be reduced, so definitely the days will be increased. Yes or no? So for, if I am talking about one man, yes, that food will last for many days or more days. Yes. Now for, here it has been given for 100 men, it will be sufficient for how many days? That will be 120 into 30 by 100. Yes. So what you will get? How many days it will run for one man? Definitely it will be less for the 100 men. So let's cancel. Yes. So it will be 36 days. Okay, now come to the next question. Here I have taken the next question. I am reading the question. Try to follow up from the practice set. Your question is, the population of a town increased by 5% per annum. That means every year it is increasing by 5%. Its present population is 16,000. Okay. Then what will be the population after 2 years? Yes, this one we can solve in different way, like by the compound interest. But I am not going to do so. Here I will solve it on your standard. Like here the increasing rate has been given. So rate has given 5%. Let it be time. Time, let it be time. We are taking 2 years. Yes. Then, and present population. Present population. That is given 16,000. Now, what will be the incremented population? So, at the end of first year. At the end of first year. What will be the population? Let's see. There was 16,000. It will be increased. 16,000 will be increased by, okay, enough space is not there. I'm writing it here. 16,000 plus 16,000 will be increased by 5% in 1 year. So 1 year I'm taking here. So let's cancel. What we are getting, 16,000 plus here it is 800. Okay. So that means at the end of the first year we are getting 16,800. Now this population will be increased in the second year by again by 5%. So the population at the end of second year, what it will be? Here it will be, this number will be increased by 5%. Let's cancel. But we are getting 16,800 plus. Here it is 5 8 is 40, 5 6 is 30 plus 4 34, 5 1 is 5 plus 3 8. So let's add this one. What you are getting? Yes, 17640. This will be the population at the end of the second year. I hope you people have understood this question. Yes. Come to the next one. One more question I have selected just next of this set. The question is something like that. The price of a tea set is increased by 5%. Okay. If the increased price is 441, what is the original price? Okay. Let's go for the solution of the next question. I am solving it here. Let it be. Let's consider this is the number 6. We are going to solve. Here it is increasing by 5%. So if the initial price equal to, let it be, I am taking 100 rupees. Yes. So increased price equal to what? It has been increased by 5%. So definitely it will be 105. Yes. Now if I am presenting this one in ratio, what can I write? If this is the increased price by the initial price or the original price, which will be equal to, here it has been given actual one is, actual increased price is 441 and we don't know what was the original price for that. So let's go for the cross multiplication. What you are getting? 105 into x equal to 100 into 441. So x equal to, that means that unknown value, original value, it will be 100 into 441 by 105. So it is 20, it is 21. Let's cancel. 22s are, then 21s are. Let's multiply these two. We are getting here 420. Yes, that will be the original price. That means before increasing the price by 5%, it was 420. Okay, now come to some of the questions from the congruency. Come to this question here. I hope you have gone through the diagram and you might have understood that which question I am going to solve here. Here it has been written in this question. In the given figure, PA is perpendicular to AB. Yes. And QB, this is also perpendicular to AB. Okay. Now PA equal to QB. Okay. Now you have asked to prove that triangle OAP. OAP is congruent to triangle OBQ. Yes, what are the things has been given in this question? Try to follow up. See, here one thing is, yes, okay. So what are the things I have got here? You can see one right angle has been given. This side has been given. Other than that, what you have? See, let's follow. You can go for that two angle. Yes. What it is? They are vertically opposite angle. Okay. So in a triangle, if two angle we are getting here, two triangles we are considering. Among these two, if I have got two angles are equal, so definitely the third angle will be equal. Yes or no? Because they are bound to be 180 degree. Okay. So let's present it in the written form. Here I have triangle. So let's write in triangle. First one is OAP and triangle OBQ. Two triangle I have. What are the things I have in common? So first thing I can write, okay, first you go for angle A equal to angle B I can write in both of them. That is right angle. And angle AOP equal to angle BOQ. How? Because they are vertically opposite angle. Yes, by that. So definitely, if I am getting two angles are equal, so I can go for the third angle. It will be definitely angle P will be equal to angle Q. So here we can write as these two are equal. So therefore, angle P will be equal with angle Q. Why? Because the third angle of triangle. I can write here two angles of the same triangle I have got equal. So definitely third angle will be equal. Now when I am putting this one is equal, now you be attentive. What are the things I am getting? Angle, side, angle. Now I will present them. What can I write? Angle P equal to angle Q. Now only we have done. Now I am summarize them. Next, side AP equal to side BQ. It is given here in this question. Now one more thing we have, angle A equal to angle B. That is also given in this question. Yes. So what are the things given? Got angle, side, angle. Here also you can see angle, side, angle. So what we have got here, I can make this triangle. So therefore triangle OAP is congruent to triangle OBQ. By what? By angle, side angle congruency. Done. Now come to the later part of this question. Here it has been given, is OB equal to AB or AO equal to BO? See, or AO equal to BO? Yes or no? Yes, it will be. Why? Because these are the corresponding part of the congruent triangle. So here, what can I write? Yes, OA equal to OB. How? By, in short, if I am writing, by CP/CT. That much only. Okay, go for the next question. First, you go through the diagram and listen the question what has been given here. In the adjoining figure, P and Q are 2 points on the equal sides AB and AC. AB and AC, these two are the equal sides. Okay. Of an isosceles triangle ABC, such that AP equal to AQ. AP equal to AQ. This is also equal. Okay, we can mark it or we can write, let it be AB equal to AC and AP equal to AQ. That much has been given. So if from that AB and AC, if AP and AQ are equal, what is remaining on that? If I am removing this part, let it be I am removing this part. So if I am removing, let's take these two triangles. Okay, I am coming to this one. Here you have asked in the later part. See, you have asked to prove that BQ equal to CP. BQ equal to CP. So if I am forgetting about this upper part of this triangle, these two were equal, I have removed them. So if I am removing this part from this triangle, what is remaining? I have from AB, I have BP, and from AC I have CQ. Yes, that part is remaining. You can see it clearly here. Okay. Now let's take two triangle. Two triangle if I am taking, that means triangle, in triangle let it be PBC and triangle QCB. What are the things I have? From the beginning we have find out here that BP will be equal to QC. Yes, one thing we have. Then the angle, as ABC was an isosceles triangle, if I am recall that one, ABC was an isosceles triangle, these two was equal from ABC. So definitely angle B and angle C is equal, because these are the opposite angles to the equal sides. So definitely angle B and angle C will be equal by that. Yes or no? So here from these two triangle, what are the things I can put here now? See, I can write from angle PBC. I can think about that angle. Yes, that is, okay, let's cut this one like that. So angle B, which is equal to here on that side angle C. If I am putting this one as dotted one, so I can write angle C, these two. How? Because that these are the equal angles by what? Or angle of the isosceles triangle. Base angles, let it be, it will be better. Base angles of isosceles triangle has been given here, of isosceles triangle ABC. By that only I have written this one. Okay, this one I can make it clear here. Now that angle I had written. Now already we have seen, if I have removed this AP and AQ from AB and AC, so definitely that BP will be equal to QC. That one also we can write. How? Because here I have written AB minus AP, that is equal to, that one was equal to BP. Yes, and whereas it was given AC minus AQ. So we have got C or QC, we can write, or QC. And so as these are equal, so therefore we have written BP equal to QC. That is the clarification I had given here. Now come to the third point. So one side, one angle we have made now. Now come to the BC. Here the BC is the common base for both the triangle, and here I can write BC is common. So what are the things we have got? Now you tell me. We have got here that angle, it is included, that side, angle, side. Here also side, angle, side. So which criterion we are following here? Here we can write, therefore triangle PBC is congruent to triangle QCB. How? Here we can write by side, angle, side criterion. Yes. So when we have proved two triangle are congruent, now it will be easier to put that, as you have asked, BQ equal to BQ equal to CP. What it is? This is the another third side of this triangle. When these two triangles are congruent, it is okay to write that yes, the third sides definitely will be equal. So here we can write BQ equal to CP by what? By CP/CT. These are the corresponding part of the congruent triangle. Let's try to solve the questions given.